I love it. Good morning everyone, Persephone Jane here, and you are watching Persephone Jane's channel. Today we are inside the house because it's too early in the morning to be recording outside. The hideous light of the day star literally has me like talking like this to the camera because it's so bright. So we came inside and it's way better. I can see with my eyes open, which is always a plus. So today we are talking about five nonfiction books that I am so ridiculously excited to read this year. So I'm just going to jump right in. Number 1, French for Le Snob. I went through this phase of being obsessed with getting books from secondhand stores like Goodwill or Salvation Army. And I found so much gold on those shelves. It's not something that the bookshelves in thrift stores is not something I usually gravitate towards. I don't know why. It's just not where my brain goes when I'm in a thrift store. Except now it does, because I found so much amazing stuff. This is one of them. I picked it up because, first of all, it's just funny. But second, I might have a character who uses French words, I think in like off ways or like not quite right ways. And so I think this will really help me build her vocabulary of wrongly used French words by a lot. Like the whole thing is just, I mean, it's literally just full of French words, and they're broken up into categories like fashion and style, music, and so on. So I'm really excited. Will I read this whole book cover to cover? Probably not. Will I have it open while I'm editing that book or while I'm doing rewrites for that book? Yes. Yes, I will. Number 2. I picked this up at Barnes & Noble a while ago. I about died just reading the intro. Always Look on the Bright Side of Life is one of the songs from Monty Python. I think it's from The Life of Brian. I'm pretty sure the song is from The Life of Brian. But really, anything having to do with Monty Python? Yeah, enough said. It says, a hilarious, charming book by this incredible, insufferable genius, except insufferable is crossed out and it says interesting. It's just so silly. 3. Princesses Behaving Badly. Again, thrift store find. And I picked it up because Princesses Behaving Badly is always just intriguing. But also, it says, without the fairy tale endings, the reality of their endings is way more interesting than the fairy tales could ever give me. So that's awesome. The last 2 books are more in line with my teaching background and my kind of passion for Montessori parenting and respectful parenting, but they're nonfiction and I'm still super excited for them. The first is Because I Said So. Years ago, I promised myself and my future children that there were certain things that my parents said and did that I would never do. And Because I Said So is one of them. I, as a kid, hated being told because I said so. What it really said to me as a child even was, I don't know why. I cannot explain my answer or my actions. That's what because I said so meant to me as a child. So if I as a child can see that and recognize that, I don't need to be using it as an adult. I can explain my choices. I can be respectful and explain them to the children in my life. So I refuse to say that phrase. So when I found this book, I first of all had a flashback of my childhood that I had to like work through emotionally. But I got over that and I picked it up, and it debunks a lot of the because I said so myths that our parents told us growing up, like not running with lollipops in your mouth, or don't let the bed bugs bite. All of these like phrases, catchphrases that our parents had growing up that didn't quite make any sense or that bothered us in myriad ways. He debunks them. Like, he actually went and looked for research and science behind supporting these phrases, and then either validates or debunks what our parents were telling us. I am so excited to read through this book because I am constantly debunking the things that I hear other parents say. I'm like, that's not really true. This book tells me that I'm not the only one who is aware of those things and who is trying to change these things about how we parent. The last one is Parenting Teens with Love and Logic. If you don't know what Love and Logic is, it's a parenting style that uses love and logic to work through disagreements and interactions with children. And I was told several times early on in my parenting life, like when my oldest was even a toddler, even was the first time someone said it to me, that I naturally use love and logic bullet points and philosophy in the way that I parent. I started looking it up, and it very much was in line with the way that I was already parenting. And so whenever I see books and I have the opportunity to pick one up about love and logic specifically, I try to make sure I do that. I got this teen one because my oldest, who was a toddler when it was first brought up to me, is now 12, and she will be 13. And she has been pushing 13 since she was probably 9. So I feel like it's time to start reading up on teens. Just maybe. And doing it with the love and logic method is definitely right up my alley. So that is my 5 nonfiction books that I am super excited to read this year. Are any of them new? I don't think so, because I'm pretty sure I got them all at thrift stores. I don't think any of these are new releases in any way. So let me know what you're excited to read this year. Fiction, nonfiction, old, new, I don't care. Across the gambit, just tell me what you're excited to read this year. Leave it in the comments below. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.